the garden as a school. Was the serpent truly Satan, or a teacher in the garden's first classroom? Was the tree a trap designed for humanity's fall, or a doorway to higher awareness? From the first pages of Genesis, the serpent appears not as an enemy of God, but as a force moving within the divine story, free to act, yet never outside God's control. God did not send it, but he allowed its presence. For the serpent represents the voice of testing, the challenge that awakens human awareness and teaches us the meaning of freedom. The tree, too, was no curse. It was a symbol of knowledge, a horizon of understanding that could raise the human soul or bring it down, depending on the choice made in the heart. In that sacred moment, humanity stepped into freedom, not rebellion, but the freedom of conscious choice. Eden was never a cage of innocence. It was a school of the spirit, where love and trust were meant to be chosen freely, not forced by fear. The serpent, then, was not pure evil, but the spark of questioning, the whisper that asks, "Do I obey because I love or because I fear?" And so began humanity's great journey, a pilgrimage between light and shadow, between temptation and awakening. Centuries later, the same lesson returned in the wilderness. The devil tempted Jesus, as the serpent once tempted humankind. But this time, the story changed. Jesus did not fall. He refused to use his power for pride, refused to dominate the world by force, and chose instead the path of free obedience and perfect love. In that victory, the ancient lesson was fulfilled. True freedom does not stand against God. It flows with him. Knowledge does not separate us from the Creator. It brings us back through awareness, humility, and love. Life, then, is not a battlefield between God and evil, but a vast school of the soul, where temptation becomes wisdom, failure becomes repentance, and pain becomes growth. Knowledge is a divine gift, a call to make life itself, a canvas of creativity and spiritual ascent, where freedom is both a blessing and a sacred responsibility. And when we look back at the garden today, we see it was never lost. It lives within us. Each time we choose love over pride, light over darkness, and rise through knowledge into the purpose of God's good design.